In 2017, Dr. Makhosi Khoza saw her way out of the ANC and took on a course to begin a political party with like-minded visionaries. Today, she finds herself at loggerheads with certain members within the party. I have in front of me a suspension letter served to Dr. Makhosi Khoza on the 17th of March by an interim structure of the party which was elected by an imbizo held in March. I'm speaking to the spokesperson of the interim structure elected at the imbizo, and let's hear what he has to say about the suspension of Dr. Makhosi Khoza, the future of the party, and the legitimacy of the structure that currently exists. I'm speaking to Bongani Masilela, the acting spokesperson of the interim structure elected at the imbizo in March. Leader, thank you for your time and thank you for coming out here to speak to us. I'll just start with this question. Are you a member of ADeC?
Yes, I'm a member of ADeC, a member in good standing.
What determines a member of ADeC? Because this is the first political party where it's unclear to us what the criteria is to be a member of the party.
To be a member of a party, first of all, you must sign a membership form. You must fill in all details of a membership form and sign it. And you must submit it. If there is a fee for it, you may also pay that particular fee, which there is no fee at ADeC at this particular point in time. So yes, I'm a member. I did not have to have a card because the issues of cards were still going. We were still dealing with administrative issues. I mean, it takes some parties 3 years to even have membership cards. So yes, I'm a member in good standing.
You guys claim to have 30,000 members in South Africa at the moment. From those 30,000 members, who has been suspended?
In South Africa, we have just above 30,000 members. And the people who have been suspended, we have 4 people which have been suspended as Friday last week. That is our president, is Dr. Makhosi Khoza, spokesperson, President Diana, Amy Ashworth, who's the deputy secretary, and our administrator, Nathan. Those are the 4 names that have been suspended from the movement, and the only 4 names that have been suspended.
And they've been suspended by the interim structure which was established at the imbizo.
Yes, they are suspended by the interim structure which was elected at the first imbizo, the first one, which was actually forced by provinces.
What makes that imbizo a legitimate structure? At least what makes the interim structure that came out of the imbizo a legitimate structure?
It is an illegitimate structure on the basis that, members are more than 95%, because if 4 are not there, that's more than 95% of the National Council. That is the provinces and the leadership team. All the provinces were there except one who sent an apology, that was the Western Cape. So for that we met the quorum, and therefore that interim structure is legitimate.
Dr. Makhosi Khoza said to me last year, before the ANC elective conference, that the founding structure of ADeC, the strategy behind it was to usurp other civic organizations and NGOs which have a common cause and believe in the same objectives. Does that not make ADeC then part of the civic movement in South Africa?
No, it does not. What ADeC does is a political party which will of course have to be working with civic organizations. So that does not make ADeC the civic organization. It is a political party that is going to look into also the interest of those civic organizations, because as ADeC we serve all South Africans. We are a party that is saying we are willing and we want to go in and contest state and political power. Then how can we then come back and say, no, we are a little bit civic organization, we are an NPO. So we are not going that route. Everyone, if I can tell you, actually, you have your provinces like your Mpumalanga and Limpopo. They are very adamant on that. In fact, this suspension for us, we are just following protocol, which is what we have to do. The provinces have said to us, and we've calmed them down. They've said, we actually can ask Dr. Makhosi Khoza to go back to the ANC. That is the direction that we are getting. Because that is what he is preaching. Instead of Dr. Makhosi Khoza going on to the media and saying, yes, ADeC is going to participate in the elections and all that, you are busy preaching the ANC, you are confused. So she is a confused soul and a dictator, and we are not going to allow that.
But why are you, in particular, and when I say you, I mean here the interim structure that came out of the March Imbizo, why are you against ADeC being an MPO or an NGO or a civic organization? Why is that something you're opposed to? And you do say that you're a political party and will contest for state power. I am under the belief that you are registered with the IEC, so that makes you a political party. But it means that you can also be registered with other national structures, being an NGO. Why are you opposing that?
We are opposing that because this introduction of the NPO has been built on business interest, whereby Isaac Shongwe had, in the beginning, had some people from outside the country who were willing to fund us, not through the political party, but through that particular NPO. Because now there are two bank accounts. There is a bank account of the political party, which we need funding, unfortunately. And there is a banking account of the NPO, that which Makhosi and Isaac controls. So this was for business interests of Makhosi Khoza and Isaac, so that we are going to South Africans, we are going to campaign to South Africans and saying, we are a political party, we are leading you. On the other side, country people are receiving money into an NPO.
So, what do you mean by business interest? Are you saying that there were motives to launder the money?
For us, there were motives because we actually accidentally found out about that in one of the meetings. And then suddenly, after the election of Cyril, it goes straight to the media. And into the media, we are dictated. We are therefore, they say you must therefore know that we are a civic organization. And when other people are saying like Yompora Makatsa and Ulufuno Kokoro, when they say no, but that is not the agreement as per the founding conference, they're saying no, you have to be booted out.
And speaking to that, I believe that Mpora Makatsa and Lufuno Kokoro were suspended. Does that suspension hold?
No, hence I said that suspension is not going to hold because you are not going to suspend people on WhatsApp. On a WhatsApp group and they're saying no, you and you are just because we are challenging you. So you are not going to dictate us, and we are not here trying to as members of the ADeC, trying to protect Mpora Makatsa and Lufuno Kokoro. If Mpora Makatsa and Lufuno Kokoro are going to do something, we are also going to deal with them. We are going to deal with them if they do anything. So right now, there is nothing that we have against them or that we are supporting. We are not promoting any individual here. What we are saying, Dr. Makhosi Khoza, what we've said we are a political party as per the agreement. We will even give you the founding documents of the 1st and the 2nd of December that we are a political party. Now you go around, you say, no, we are changing this thing just because Cyril is in power.
So the contention here is, the difference in views is that she wants it to be an NGO, you guys don't want it to be an NGO. And the reason you believe you don't want it to be an NGO is because it allows for business interests to manifest. Is that correct?
Not that it allows for business interest for business interest, because we know that NGO is formed on the basis of business interest, not on the basis of being a supportive thing to ADeC. No. It was formed to say we are ADeC, and the signatory is there, and the person who went to form that particular, it was Makhosi and Isaac. And while she's saying she's the only signatory, because she says she's the only member. She's the only member of what? Of the NPO. ADeC has its own members, the political party.
At the IEC, who does the IEC recognize as the leader of this party?
Makhosi Khoza is a leader because she was there, and there are of course other people who were signatories, including of course Lufuno, Kokoro and others. But Makhosi is a leader.
Who are those others?
Others, it's Riven, and because these other people are also captured, we tend to forget their names because we normally run away from the names of people that are captured by Isaac Shongwe and Litseni. So even our spokesperson, because remember I'm acting here, even our spokesperson who, we are surprised why she's behaving like this. What we know, she's also under the same payroll. So you understand that here people are only doing this just because something is coming in at the end of the month. So we are not going to allow that. We need to protect South Africans. If we are saying we are serious about a fight, because we are formed on fighting the ANC, we are formed on saying we want to be either government one day, or rather we want to be the ones who are going to force the coalition government next year if it's going to happen. So What we are saying, we say we need to protect South Africans from such people who are using their fame, who are using their political power to go on and loot from our very own people. So we are going to deal with those people decisively. We know we did not build ADeC around Makhosi Khoza. We built ADeC around its mission, vision, and values. So we are not going to use one person to say we have to protect because if she goes, we are not going to look like Ahang, as people say. They say no, if she goes, you look like Ahang. No. Why must we build our movement through a person who is not thinking about South Africans, thinking about her own self? It cannot. We have to protect South Africans at this party.
But yes or no, currently, as you and I are speaking today, IEC recognizes Dr. Makhosi Khoza as the leader of ADeC.
Yes, IEC recognized Dr. Makhosi Khoza as the leader of ADeC, the political party who is suspended by that same political party.
Does IEC recognize that suspension?
IEC will need to get back to us around that. Because remember, this
Have you guys written to them? As the signatories gotten involved to change the leadership there? What's the process?
No, we are not changing the leadership as of yet. We are not changing the leadership as of yet. We have a hearing that is incoming on the 30th of March. Disciplinary hearing with the president. So we are not changing anything. The president is still our president. You know, there's nothing that's going to change.
So she's your president, but she's not your
She's
president.
suspended.
She's suspended.
She's suspended.
Okay, I have in front of me here the suspension letter that was sent to Dr. Makhosi Khoza. First question about this. Is there a disciplinary committee in place within the party that will facilitate this disciplinary hearing?
Yes, there is a disciplinary in place in the party that's going to deal with that. Of course, the SG is included in that disciplinary.
Who else is included in the disciplinary committee?
You do have your deputy president there, that is Thokozani Msomi, and well, there are other members of the disciplinary committee whom you will find out when you get there.
And that begins on the 30th of.
The disciplinary committee is exactly, or the disciplinary hearing, is exactly on the 30th of March.
Do you still believe in the vision of Dr. Makhosi Khoza?
You know, we've been in love with Dr. Makhosi Khoza, and if you know that you've been in love before, really in love, there is this thing that you need to let her go to show that you really love them. You know, you really love that particular person. So we have believed in Dr. Makhosi Khoza, but she did not believe in her very own self. That's why she changes like it up, whereby she says this, she's mandashing, she says this the other time she's saying. And that is as a person who's going around on the media says, no, I'm smarter than them. Yeah, don't even really Kabi once said, don't tell us how smarter you are. Allow us to tell you how smarter you are. So right now you go around telling how smarter you are, until you are busy mandashing, you said 30,000, now you are one member. What is that? And we say, in that statement, we say, we rejected the members. Who is we, if you are alone as a member? So it means you are a dictator.
Okay. and this one is a very important question. I guess it's also sensitive. I understand that charges of fraud are being pursued on part of Dr. Makhosi Khoza. What's the interim structure's view on those? What we know, I've asked the two gentlemen that we've had that been charged on whether they've received anything from the police and anything. So we don't know of anything of such as of yet. So there's no charges that has been laid as of yet?
We do not know of them. If there are, maybe they are in place, we do not know of them because if you can ask Lufuna and Ramakaza, they haven't received any of that. I've asked them and nothing has been received. So we do not know of any charges.
Let's assume those charges did exist. What are your views on the fact that there are charges of fraud against Mpora Makata and Lufuna Bogoro?
We are rejecting that because what we are saying is, how can you say there are charges of fraud when you have asked the very same people to go open the bank account in the name of ADeC? Now you are saying, no, those people are using a bank account, you must not recognize them. We have proof right now. We have proof that we'll bring into the media as time goes on. That you've sent us WhatsApps, SMSs to say, no, go deal, open the bank account, we need to be at speed, we need funding. So there is no charge there. How can there be a charge when you are the one who instructed us as our leader? So let's hear those charges. If they are they on only the basis of that bank account or maybe something else? Maybe someone has watched something.
There's speculation, and speaking to that, There's speculation in the public domain that Dr. Makhosi Khoza tried to get into a meeting with Johan Rupert. Is that true?
Yes, we do have WhatsApp. Pick the WhatsApp or the screenshots. We do have them. Funo has those WhatsApp thing. So that is true. That we can always bring up. But that for us, we are dealing with her. She's in the disciplinary process. We are some of these things. Let's allow her to deal with that at a later stage. Right now, she can talk to by herself. That is true. She has done that, and we can't even lie when we say we are aware that actually the very same Isaac Shongo has lobbied Dr. Makhosi Khoza to even go to a meeting with a person by the name of James Selfie, if you remember who I'm speaking about, from the DA. So the same thing that happened to Dr. Rampila Mampila was about to happen with our president. We're not going to allow that.
You guys also claim that Dr. Makhosi Khoza has a position lined up in Cyril's cabinet. There's conversation of 5 million rand possibly finding its way into her pockets. Where do those speculations come from?
Well, those for now, they are speculations. We still have to prove such in terms of the 5 million. But what we know, Dr. Makhosi.
So where did you get that information from? How did you come about to be able to speculate that?
No, there are people on the ground closer to someone, and we will bring that into the case. But in terms of Cyril's cabinet, the 5 million, we will deal with it when we get the clear information. So those are speculations, and it's in the media. You understand? So when things are in the media at times, you entertain them and you just look at them at times. Because you as a leader, you as a person, as a member of ADeC, you always want to say, we have to find out about this if it's true. You understand? So the 5 million, we're still going to find out about it. But the issue of Cyril, yes, Dr. Khoza has confirmed in one of the NEC meeting, which I was not part, but other members were part of that, because I was busy dealing with groundwork in Mpumalanga, recruiting members as a member. You understand? So yes, there was this wanting to go back to the ANC, which caused confusion, which is that the very same thing that has caused a political lull for our party. Because Makhosi Khoza, when Cyril became president, that's when actually the confusion started to begin. So that speculation of saying, yes, it's even something she confirmed.
So there's a speculation that she may leave the ADeC and go back to the ANC? Is that what you believe?
What we believe is that she wants ADeC to be an NPO so that she can perhaps one day go back to the ANC.
Speaking to that, if it comes to the point where that there's judicial processes that follow in terms of challenging who the legitimate structure of the party is, and assuming that she wins that, will the interim structure divorce itself from ADeC to begin a party outside of ADeC?
No, we do not have any hopes or ambitions of beginning a party. We are tired of saying we are beginning a party. The ADeC, when we were forming it, we formed it, we said, this must be the real party. This must be the Moses of our times. You understand? This must be the one that is going to contest elections. This is going to be the alternative to the African National Congress. So we do not have hopes or ambitions that we are going to do that. History, we do not know what history will always tell. The future we cannot predict, but we do not have ambitions. We are not thinking, because we by any means necessary have every reason to believe that we are going to win any court cases, because we are the legitimate structure as per the founding conference on the 1st and the 2nd of December.
The court will then have to adjudicate whether or not your disciplinary hearing internally in the party was fair, credible, and just. How are you able to argue that the disciplinary hearing will be fair, credible, and just when the people who you say will be sitting on the disciplinary committee are people who are implicated in the factional battle? That's to say, how would it be a fair disciplinary hearing if both Lufuno and Gogora and Mpora Maganza are part of the disciplinary hearing? How are you able to justify that?
No one is implicated. No one is implicated. Lufuno, so far, hence I'm saying we have not received any charges, any fraud charges. We have not had of anything of such. So no one is implicated for us as it stands, because we have not received anything from the police to say, now we are saving you with this. You have to appear in court or not. So no one is implicated. We believe that the structure that is there.
The implication I'm speaking of is politically motivated implication. That's to say that Dr. Makhosi Khoza wanted both these gentlemen out of the party, and now they want her out of the party. There clearly isn't any grounds on which you can argue unbiasedness and objectivity in front of the eyes of the law.
Lufuno Kokoro and Mpora Makata did not make the decision. Actually, the first meeting, the first National Council
But
meeting.
Mpora Makata's name is attached to the suspension letter.
Yes. Hence I'm saying, the first meeting that we called, it was actually called by the provinces, and Mpora Makata, they were asked to say, we are asking the National to come through to this meeting. The provinces said, you have not called us, we are asking the National to come through. Mpora Makata and Lufuno, they were told in that particular meeting to say, we need to be moving forward, we cannot stand back, and therefore, we are asking therefore that you, Mpora Makata, you remain the SG as per the founding conference, you are the SG, and Lufuno, you are the National President. That was the interim structure which was elected by the meeting which was called by the provinces. And then now, going to the second meeting, Mpora Makata and Lufuno, they were part of the interim structure, where Mpora Makata is the Secretary General and Lufuno is the National Chairperson. So how can he be not the correct person, because he was elected by National Council on that National Council meeting which was called by the provinces. So they are legit people he is a legit person to even write that letter as the Secretary General of the movement.
And lastly, actually before that, the interim structure is not in control of the website of ADeC. They're not in control of the social media accounts of ADeC. Are there plans to change that, and what are those plans?
We are in control of the correct official Facebook page and the Twitter page. We are not yet in control of the website which is saying board members. We don't know what is that. I don't know if poor South Africans know what are board members. You understand? Because we don't have that in ADeC. In ADeC we have members. We have president, deputy president, all those things. We don't have board members. So that website, we are going to deal with it in terms of, we are going to ask that website back to say, you are suspended, you have to let go of everything. So we still need to approach them on that. Some of them have responded saying whatever they say on emails, things which we cannot say here right now, because we are dealing with that privately. But we are having to take back that particular website and have control over it, because those people are suspended.
The suspension letter that was served to Dr. Makhosi Khoza that I'm in possession of says that she has to return all items that belong to the party, and I'm assuming that means the website as well. Has she acknowledged a receipt of the suspension letter, and what did she say to that?
Yes, she has acknowledged it in a language which cannot be accepted, to the South African public. So she has accepted it. She has accepted those particular letters, that particular letter, and the precautionary measures, all those things. She has accepted that letter with arrogance.
In conclusion, what's the vision of the interim structure for ADeC?
As we move forward, number one, right now we have to be making sure that we recruit, but the vision is, as per the vision adopted, we are going to make sure that we are going to be contesting power. You may calculate for us if you like, because probably you've started doing such. But we are going to contest power. We are ready. We are saying to South Africans, we are getting every person who's trying to steal away from South Africa, who's trying to say, I'm a politician, but is making sure he's there for business interest. We are going to say, South Africa, ADeC is there for you, and we are going to make sure that next year we are going to change the political atmosphere of politics by making sure, by forcing, number one, making sure that next year the ANC, the ruling party, is the opposition party by forcing, of course, a coalition government.
Thank you very much for your time. It's lovely chatting to you. Looking forward to seeing the developments of the story.
Thank you.